real country girl from Arkansas, land of confused and the land of the lost. Pay my dues and I pay my costs, yo, bow.
I'm a country girl, back Porch with the munchies, girl. Bare feet a little dusty, girl. Climbing trees a little funky, girl. But they say in the South we got the sweetest girls.
Ayy.
Swallow every drip.
Welcome, Ferocious, to the Porch still.
Swallow every drip.
They listening to Drip Drop. You did this.
Baby, I splash. Baby, I splash. They wanna swallow every drip. They wanna swallow every drip.
This was one of my favorite songs that you did the mixing sound engineer for. But you actually done quite a few of my songs.
Yeah, we come out.
Ferocious. We at the poster. I read this my sound engineer right here. You was on the Porch Step Chronicles, Ronnie Gold.
Miss Leah J. And we had here tonight the Ferocious Beast, Mr. Ferocious himself.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I actually met Ferocious through Sis.
Yeah.
Sis is the one that told me about you, and you know, Sis, shout out Moonrise, and he also does a lot of sound engineering for me too. So let's just start there. Y'all are real good friends, and y'all talk about that.
Yeah, so I met Sis through Nexus, you know Nexus, right? Courtney. So we all used to be like a production company, That Heat Productions. Me and Beware, his younger brother, we went to school together. We graduated high school together. So shortly after high school, I was over there with Nexus, and he took me by Steve's house, and we met. And of course, we had common interest in engineering. So I played him some beats, he played me some beats, and then from there we decided to click up, and we created That Heat Productions.
And you like, who is Ferocious? Like, where you from? How you get started? Growing up? Talk to me a little bit about that.
My older cousins, they got me in it. So I had the advantage by the time I started doing music, they were already doing it on a serious level. So one of the older guys from my neighborhood, he heard some of my beats, and he wanted to do some business, so he had to go to my cousin. They was like, "You gonna pay him $150 for each beat?" And that was in like '99. And I did that before I got a job. By the time I got a job, it wasn't making sense to me. Like I've been doing this like full time since probably right after high school. I got an internship by the time I was 18 at the studio. Shout out Dave Brooks on the Rise. He gave me a job. The studio was on John Barrett, so I worked there for free for like 6 months. And then I had a real engineer job after that.
So coming from where you came from, Trust Street, right?
Yeah.
How did you stay out of the mix with all the hood shit and just focus on music?
I started early. Like I said, my older cousins, they weren't happy. Like they kind of protected me from it. Yeah. I was around street dudes, but I just wasn't involved.
Even though I already knew who you was, I met Ken Richardson, one of the city directors of Little Rock, and he was like, "Oh, I can hook you up with Club Duvo," because he used to be their road manager, and he was like, "And we're gonna do a remake for Why You Treat Me So Bad," and etc. And then we're gonna have Ferocious do the record, do the mixing and everything. And I was like, I already know him. And I just thought that was a cool connection. Then I found out that had something to do with inspiring you with your music.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell us more about that relationship.
And his younger brother Kevin, he the one that taught me how to do all this. So Kevin and my cousin Kaylin, when I was like I was probably like 13, they had a local tape called The Funky Conception. So I come home one day from school and my mama was listening to it. And I liked the way it sounded. I'm like, damn, that's hard. It was a rap song. I'm like, man, that's hard. I'm like, who was that? She was like, that's your cousin. I'm like, damn, when they make a song?
Who your mom?
Yeah, so I'm like, that's Kevin M? I'm like, all right, take me over his house. And so like the next couple of days, she called my cousin and I pulled up on him. And aside from recording, like they were recording in big studios, 2nd Street Studios, all this stuff downtown, but aside from that, he had like a whole setup at his house, like a whole like drum machine, keyboard, all of that. So once I showed interest in it, he kind of started just letting me come over and like use his equipment and make beats. And then after that, I started saving my own money and then buying my own equipment. So I used to be a rapper when I first started. I was in a group called the Mob Squad. My name was Lil Dre. And then once I started producing, I was like, I gotta come up with a good name. So I just started. I was like, I want my beats to be hard. I want them to be, you know what I'm saying, intense. So I just started looking at words that were synonym for intense. Came across Ferocious. I was like, I like this.
So I had an experience with you that taught me something as an artist.
What's that?
I leased a beat that I did Nobody's Supposed to Be Here song, and I did not fully pay for the beat to where I got exclusive rights.
Right. Yeah. I remember
so
that.
Then I, because I couldn't afford it at the time, and you never know how much you're really gonna like a song or how good a song gonna do or what you want to do with it later. And after, then when I realized, okay, no, I need to buy this beat because I don't want nobody else to have it, then it was already sold also to somebody else, so I couldn't do that after the fact. Can you talk more about, like, on the business end, about, artists leasing beats versus, getting exclusive rights and, because I felt like I had birthed a baby that had, like, like somebody came and just, like, took my baby,
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about that. So first thing first, I say for anybody, like if you're trying to do music and you're serious about it, buying beats online is cool, but try to lock in with the producer if you can. But that kind of cuts out all that. And there's been some horror stories, like people that made hits off people's beats and try to put the song out, and they turn to a whole bunch of other bullshit. Producer might not want to let go of the beat. He might have something else. He might be holding the beat for a bigger artist, or a lot of producers, and they be on a lot of different type of agendas. So you just got to be careful. But if you are going to lease beats offline, just have your business together. Just look at all the terms and all the different ways you can purchase the beat, entertain the beat, and it all depends on, like you said, on what plans you have for the song. Like if it's song you're just trying to vibe to and see how it sounds first. And at least it's cool. But if you're really trying to put a rollout behind the song and put some real money behind it, I would say.
So at least it's more for like songs that you just want like on a mixtape, or you just want to.
Songs that you don't really plan on putting a whole budget behind it. Trying to throw it out there and see. I'm on the Grammy Academy, so I'm one of the voting members. It's cool. I think
that's amazing.
This song, it just, to me, so it just makes it to where stuff that I work on or other people's projects that I might have contributed to or that I'm just trying to support. I'm just an ally on the inside that can kind of, push with certain projects to get Grammy nominated and things like that. So it's cool to be on the, to be able to be in that position as a voting member. It's super cool.
Some of your inspirations.
Of course, Timbaland, Parade, Jermaine Dupri, Dr. Dre. I'm attracted to the careers of producers who came in with somebody and they built an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like this. I done work in the industry, but I feel more proud of doing work with people that's so
Timbaland.
Yeah, so it's an artist by the name of Avian Alia. She's from Northwest Arkansas. I'm working on her project, and so as she started she put out her single, and then she put out a couple more pieces of content. Timbaland had got wind of it, and so he had reached out and he was like, "I want you and who's working on your stuff, come down and work with us." So we went down there and did like 4 songs with Timbaland.
That's dope.
Yeah, that was super dope.
Yeah.
Timbaland, my favorite producer.
Yeah. Is there any anything that you soaked up just being in the presence of Timbaland? Anything that you feel like you learned? Just let's talk about that more.
So the session was amazing. The session was cool, but what was really dope was like the conversation afterwards. Like, we talked about an hour after we got to work. Just about the industry, talked about AI, and how it should be.
It's a great tool.
It helps us as producers too, because a lot of times I get people who have specific like beat ideas in their head, and they don't have a starting point, but they can't articulate what they want. So if they bring me a Suno beat, it makes sense for me as a producer. I'm like, okay, it's in this key, this is the chord progression. That's all I need from it. I don't want those drums. I want this type of bass. I do my own sounds on top of that. So yeah, it's a good reference.
Stretch all the way out to it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's still about taste. A machine can do the work for you, but you still have to audit and be like, okay, I like this, I don't like that. So if you just accepting everything technology gives you, and you don't have your personal style or taste, then you should be a machine.
Yep. Talk to him.
That's a
Because
difference
you
between
control the body. Understand that.
Yeah. talked about just investing your money in ways to gain capital to invest. So there's just a lot of business game for sure. Yeah, now Timbaland, he's super cool. Yeah, April was an amazing one-of-one talent. Yeah, there was somebody I worked really close with, man. Somebody I was super duper close with. Honestly, she is one of the people that really started turning my name up locally. Like people knew I did music, but like when I worked with April, like she really like stamped me and put my name in songs and stuff. I met her when she was 16. I'm 2 years older than she was. She came to my house. She was a dancer at the time, and like my best friend Chris, he was a choreographer. So they was coming to get a show disc from me. And like even back then, like I was doing people show mixes in school and high school and stuff. People come to my house and record their demos. So I was doing the show disc, and she had mentioned that she rapped too. So I'm like, all right, let me hear something. So she just started rapping on the spot, and I'm like, damn, like her voice just transformed to her rap voice. I'm just like, damn, you hard. But we didn't work together. She had moved to Atlanta, and she was pushing Go Harder, Go Home Volume 1. When she came back here, she was coming back to kind of regroup and start on her next project, which was Volume 2, Go Harder, Go Home Volume 2. She had a couple of songs. So that's when I really started playing her beats. So I had a couple of songs in there. Yeah, so Volume 2 of Go Harder, Go Home, Volume 3. We were working on that project, and she had kind of spent all her money in Atlanta, you know, the trip back and just everything, trying to regroup. So I told her, I was like, I'm gonna just work on the project, you know, and we'll figure out the business later. So I helped her finish working on that project, and she dropped it. That's when next page, they got wind of her from that project, and then she signed with Next Page, and the first thing she did was brought Paige to my house to buy some beats. So like that day, like Paige pulled up. My first time I meet Paige, I played like 5 or 6 beats. He was like, yeah, let me get all 5 of them. So we did the business, like so that day, and then after that, like me and Paige, we just locked in. So all through my 20s, I survived on making beats because I hit her Paige and be like, and I got about 10 of them. I just go to the office and he'd be like, I did. Don't mind. That's how I made my money. Working with independent record label. I was a higher producer for the label. I mean, it's just a balance. It just depends on the workload at the time. Like, you know, sometimes if I have a lot of projects, I'll focus on that and finish other people's stuff, and then just, you know, do my stuff in the spare time. Sometimes I don't have a lot of projects on the table, so that's kind of when I focus on my own.
Okay, you got this thing that you do that's really cool. Is it every Wednesday? You do the thing where, or is it? I do
it one Wednesday out the month.
One Wednesday out the month. Talk about that.
So it's Wild Card Wednesday. I do offer-based studio time. So artists who might not, you know, otherwise get to work with an engineer of a certain stature, I try to make myself available, and you know, other engineers that work with me. So it really just an incentive for newcomers, and it's a way for people that's already recorded. Their supporters can support them, so they can get studio time at a cheaper price. You normally paying a regular rate.
With somebody, because you work with so many artists, it's pretty much like who haven't you worked with, especially like here locally. You're really like your ear is on the music scene. What are some of your? I don't want to make you have to say your top now, but just name some people that come to mind that you think are like the next to blow, that you just are really feeling that you've been working with.
It's a lot of talent. Next to blow.
Like some that you like, and it could be in different areas, you know, with different styles of music. It don't have to necessarily just be rap, but just.
I mean, I got people from here that's already doing stuff. Like my little brother Qiuntellii. Have y'all heard of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, like to me, he next to blow for real. Because I mean, he wrote for Chris Brown.
Okay.
He done worked with Eric Bellinger, Rodney Jerkins, like a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my little bro he's a phenomenal talent.
Yeah, and you're friends with Penn Davis, right?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah. Okay.
I put Penn up there too. I say he's one of the. But I won't say next to blow because to me they're already kicking that door down right now. Yeah,
it's happening.
Yeah, they're already doing it.
Okay. Because you know, here with the music scene in Arkansas, it has. I mean, we have a lot of talent that's come and through here and they have made it in their own right. But at the same time, it ain't just bubbled up like a place like Atlanta or somewhere where you're really. When you think of Arkansas, you really think like music has really popped there. you know, and we've had a lot of experiences where artists have, maybe mainstream artists have came through and took our shit and, you know, did some other shit with it. But being a part of the music scene and all the politics and all that, what do you think is going on here in Arkansas where it ain't just really caught fire like those other scenes?
Building the economy. Like, you know, I spent a lot of time in Atlanta. In Atlanta, all of the studios are utilized and well known. You will see different artists in different studios. Artists might work on one album at 3 different studios. They might work at Patchwork. They might work at Stankonia. And these studios are legendary because these people who are just artists from the community, they supported these studios, and in return, the albums they did these studios were legendary, like a T.I. or Outkast. You know what I'm saying? It's like the economic system, man, it's important. Just like what I'm doing Wild Card Wednesday, like the studio, and it's more than just a studio, it's the radio. Everybody has to do something to support the other person. Mm-hmm. So just like I'm giving back and offering my services at a discounted rate for artists, then certain artists have to tell more people about the studios, so that we can continue to grow and expand. You got to put up these artist shows, spend money on their merch, buy their products, support them. So it's really just about everybody supporting each other. Radio has to support the artists. Artists have to support the radio. Artists got to get in the community, go to schools, talk to kids. You see all these things going at one time, and it creates like a tornado effect.
We've been talking about mental health as a thing in general with black men and, you know, just in the community. What are some tips maybe you have that help you, you know, keep your mental health in check? You know, things that you could recommend to other people out there?
I speak to men specifically. I know it's hard, man, but be okay with like days where you just rest and don't do shit. Like for a man, it's hard. It's hard to sit still.
Because then you don't do no studio sessions on Sunday, right? No. And that's what you told me. You don't do no studio sessions.
And I do appointments on too, man. Yeah, that rest is important, and getting that sleep, man. Yeah. Especially when you get older.
Just something that you just thankful for that, hey, as long as I got this, everything will be okay.
Just cause we fresh off of Memorial Day, I had a good Memorial Day. I say my family. Like my mom and dad, they've been married for 45 years. Wow. And so I got to just hang out with them yesterday, and I just be looking at them, man, I just be all like, damn, like, I know that what I see in my mind is not just no bullshit, and it can actually happen.
Right.
So I seen it. So, yeah, I'm thankful for my family.
To piggyback on that, that's rare. You don't really see relationships lasting with that kind of longevity.
Yeah.
Since you do have parents that you've been able to witness that, do you have any relationship tips or things that you've learned through them?
I say, like, my parents, they're very unique because both of them lost a parent when they were kids. And my dad lost his dad when he was 13, and my mom, she lost her mom. I looked at them, and they both know how to compromise with each other. They both humble because, and I really think that by them both losing a parent as kids, it made them see the world in a different way. So a lot of shit that people be arrogant about, or when it comes like arguments and being like stubborn, like they don't really have it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing. Yeah. That's the biggest lesson I done seen, just observing. God get the glory.
Things that just irk you as a sound engineer that you know, that might make your session like, you know, more difficult, you know, versus like, oh, I love that session versus something that's like, that person comes like, I don't know if you have any of those, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
just being too anxious, like trying to finish the whole song in one take. It's like, man, this is the studio, brother. You can break it down in 4 bars right here, get that shit perfect, go to the next 4, and we can tie it in like, and we can make it sound like one take. Well, I can, like, depending on who you're working with, like, when it comes to editing, like, I don't play. But, yeah, just being too anxious, trying to rush against time. Like, I understand studio time is not cheap, but you can't, like, rush the engineer. Like, if we setting the beat up, you already like, all right, you ready? You ready? Like, bro, we're doing this the right way, not the quick way. So, I don't want to give you no bullshit. And then you pay and go home like you got beat. I want you to pay for your service and feel thankful at the same time. So I mean, for me, it's all about frequency. Like the frequency of somebody's voice, the beat need to complement where their tone is frequency wise. And that's whether you rapper or a singer. Just like I've had people come to me that sing and they'll have a song and I'm like, okay, this is a great song, but it's not in the key that best highlights your voice. Mm-hmm. So it's just about understanding frequency for real.
Who you want to write for?
Beyonce.
Yes.
But I don't want to write with 100 other people though.
You hear me? It just wanted to be you,
yes.
right? Just your crowd, nobody else.
Me and maybe one other person.
Talk a little bit about your songwriting process.
So my process, kind of like what I just said. So what I do is, I've been writing songs since I was in middle school. I used to just like freestyle choruses and stuff. But my process when I record or when I write, I listen to the beat and I decide on the concept and then I just go 4 bars at a time off the top of the head. And wherever that leads me, I try to start with a chorus. But with the verses, I try to tell the story from beginning to wherever that chorus lands. So as the thought, they usually come in like 2 to 4 bars at a time. I just freestyle and lay it down. Think about something else, lay that down. Those are pieces together. Damn, I got a song that's perfect for Beyonce. But it would have had to be like when all the Jay-Z drama and stuff was going down. It's a song called Whispers in the Dark. And it's talking about like a woman having that feeling that a guy is cheating on her. Right. And she's saying I should have paid attention to Whispers in the Dark because they already had told me that you was on this type of thing.
Yeah, Night Scientist, he had said something about, starting to put stuff back on vinyl. Just touch on your opinion on that and just also some other things that out the box that artists could do to still make money in this industry.
Yeah, I think physical copies is still a thing. Shout out to my big bro. He just called me before I pulled up. The Rider guy.
Yeah. Oh yes.
He got a double album. He got physical CDs. He about to get ready to do his vinyls. And I think that it's still a market for it. I think people really want to go back to it. On and shit because man, you look at the apps and like we can talk about apps, we can talk about TV. Everything is just so all over the place where they want to be in your pocket indefinitely. Like damn, you can't even just buy your apps no more. You got to pay $2.99 a month. And everything is just we want to make money off you open ended. I think that's some bullshit. And people want to get back to just a one and done. Okay, I bought this, I attained it, it's mine. I can look at it, I can touch it, and I own it. I think that's coming back. I think that's the thing.
Shout out Ryder G.O.D. He was in my first music video, Country Girl.
Hey, shout out bro, man.
He introduced me, took me to Big Key's studio and introduced me to I got me doing things through him. Shout out everybody.
Shout out Big Bro Keys too,
man.
Shout out Big Keys. Keys over at Ferocious Productions now, so
Yeah. I saw that. What's he got going on over there? It's like a.
So he came out of he had Key Ingredient Studio for years, and he kind of got out of the business as far as recording. So he's officially coming back to record. And I'm the studio he chose to come back and work. So he's booking sessions in my studio.
That's dope.
Yeah, man.
Somebody booking it.
He sold me my I'm sorry. Big Keys actually came over here. That was Big Keys that came over. That he brought me.
He told me.
my interface.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah.
Don't they want to start something? Or you thinking about it, or what's up? Because boy, you gotta see your potential.
Somebody that got that money got to come and back. I'm doing the work. They just got to come back.
It seems like everybody will, though. You guys
but I ain't talking about much. Yeah. I ain't talking about the artist. I'm talking about somebody got to come and back the process of what we're doing to make it bigger. If we're gonna put money behind the artist, we got to have a budget. We got everything else.
You got any more stuff like that planned out? Like I know you at one time you was renting your studio with people to do like a party where they could come and they could record and have like food.
We still do the adult sessions. We still do that. So what we're doing next? Well, actually, this Thursday we're doing a producer pull up where it'll be me. Don Key, Big Keys, and Motif, we're getting together to do a producer pull-up. So we're going to be doing consistent things like that. And really expanding it to artists as well, like do some stuff where, artists can do like a pass the aux thing where they come and play music, collab, rap and stuff like that.
Artists,
I tap
any
in,
type
man.
of artists, major too.
Yeah.
Tap in, beats.
You gave us a lot. You done dropped a lot of gems on the porch step. People said, you know, when I told them Ferocious was coming outside to the porch step, they said Ferocious don't come outside. They was like, we don't know how you got Ferocious on the porch step.
Out here.
So we really appreciate you.
I pull who pull with me, man. Straight up.
Yes.
You always supported me, so.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And you know, I will say, because I've had my songs played in clubs all over the U.S., over 200 strip clubs. Whenever I let them hear songs that you touched on, they're like, that sound quality. They let me know this sound
It's
just
important,
like,
y'all. It's important, man.
It sound like all the other, like, you know, it sound like the quality of what they're used to hearing in the club. So if you got club ready, radio ready. So.
That's my slogan, man. You don't want to be caught crying in the club. That means when your song ain't hit,
Yeah.
you go to the bathroom. The dance floor just clear it out. My shit wasn't hit.
Well, tell people how they can find you, Ferocious.
Man, y'all can find me on Facebook at Dundre Vincent. You can find me at www.ferocious-productions.com. You can find me on Instagram at ferocious_productions. I have a podcast studio, man, so people that's new to podcasts, you can come book at Ferocious Productions. All the equipment and the space is there for you to rent. We located at 5107 Warden Road, suite number 5. So I get at us, man.
Tap
North side.
We on the porch still.
Real quick.
Tap in. It's a great experience. He stepped on the porch.
Yes.
With Mr. and Jay.
Ronnie Gold, this is the Porch Step Chronicles.
And we had to step on with Mr.
Ferocious. It's a song by Case, Shook Up. That was his single off of that album. That came out about 10 years ago. So that was my guy, Squat. Squat produced this song. Squat also did Yeah Glow for Glorilla.
Now this here ain't no ordinary love, and I be hooked on you just like a drug. Cause you got what I'm needing. Damn, my body's fiending. I can't go one day without your love. Now this ain't something that I usually do, but for some reason I can't keep my cool. Since the day I met you, must be something special. Got me shook up with the things you do. We make love, baby, we make love. When we hug and we kiss and we touch, feels so good.